It is 6:48 in the morning. I was going to bed at 4:48, 3:48 in the morning, and fell down a fucking rabbit hole. All right, so I'm gonna try and speak fast. I'm gonna try and film this well. It's not gonna be easy because I'm fucking hammered right now. I don't even know what I just fucking ran across. So this all started with a tweet from earlier where I quote tweeted this lady, Darlene Jeriel, and she wrote something about the people who died in New Jersey, right? So here's the tweet. She was U.S. program officer at Bill Gates Foundation, oversaw $17 billion in federal grants and budgeting spending, blah, 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 blah. 8-year-old girl, her mother and grandfather drowned in their new home swimming pool. What the fuck? 3 people died in a swimming pool? Like, that's the fucking most insane shit I've ever heard. And then when you tie it to Bill Gates, obviously we got another Bill Gates murder on our hands here. But, so what I did before I posted this, because this could be a screenshot, I always like to check it. So what I did is I went and searched and made sure there was a real article, which there was. This was a real, 3 people really died. You can see here, 8-year-old girl, her mother, grandfather, East Brunswick, New Jersey. I'm going to go kind of fast here because it's not important. You can look this up on your own. But this is legit, right? So it's a legit article. Great. I know I'm not posting a Photoshop. The name of the girl, I went and checked that. The name of the girl added up, matched up with the name of the girl from the Gates Foundation. So we were good. So I basically was like, all right, we're done. I'll just post it. Keep in mind, I didn't claim it as my own. I just quote tweeted it. They're not even trying to hide it all anymore. Pointed down to Darlene. Sorry, Darlene, I'm hammered. But, doing my job. I fact checked it. I don't like posting fake news. So I did my little bit of effort. I'm busy as fuck. I don't have time to spend 10 hours researching every article. It was retweeted by people that I respect. So I made sure to do my little research, give her the credit, go on my way. Well, my comments just started blowing up. I don't even know if I could find them. But there was a bunch of comments in here, just Tommy, fact check better. What the hell? This isn't fake. So it ends up turning out, I can't find it. It ends up turning out that the girl that died, the Bill Gates girl, you can see it. Good Lord, Tom, took 90 seconds to fact check this. And there was a bunch of those, right? So the girl that died, the 33-year-old, turns out not girl from the Gates Foundation. So now I'm pissed, right? Because I don't like posting fake news. So if I do that and I fuck you guys over with fake news by accident, I'm going to have to dig because I know this is a murder. Not to be racist, but it's an Indian couple, Indian family, and most Indians are either doctors or in pharmaceuticals. So I start digging. New breaking 911 article comes out. That new article here came out about 9 hours ago. And they talk about that same family, because the only logical way that 3 people could die in an above ground swimming pool is if they were electrocuted. So it says they weren't electrocuted. So, I mean, read this about this pool. The pool was 3.5 feet deep, but there was a portion that was 7 feet deep, but most of it was 3.5 feet. Even if you're 5'5", if you reach up, you can grab a 7-foot edge on a pool and save yourself. Like, what the fuck and then they said 3 people, it appears that the victims can't swim. The fuck you got a pool in your backyard if you can't swim? It doesn't make any sense. And how can you not get out of 7 feet of water if there's 3 of you in there? I could see if the 8-year-old jumped out. It just makes no sense. I don't need to fucking explain this. Fucking a family of 3 isn't drowning in a motherfucking puddle. Okay? So can we move on? Good. So that's bullshit. This was a murder. Something's going on. This is weird. So now I start digging through the comments and I find a couple people who post this. So we'll give Crystal the credit. I apologize if anyone else posted it, but a few people did post this. She finds Bharat Patel, pharmaceutical professional, very in line with Bill Gates, NextGen MD, Fairleigh Dickinson, East Brunswick, New Jersey. East Brunswick, New Jersey, and East Brunswick, New Jersey. This is the dude, okay? If there is another Bharat Patel from East Brunswick, New Jersey, who's in the field that seems like it would be a fucking pharmaceutical field that Bill Gates would be involved in, I'll eat my fucking hat. So I'm assuming at this point, hammered at fucking 6:50 in the morning right now, that this is the guy, right? So now it gets interesting. So first thing I do is I go Google NextGen and I try to find out what the fuck's going on with NextGen MD. So I Google NextGen, what comes up? But an article, I Googled NextGen Bill Gates, obviously, to make sure, see if there's a tie. Bill Gates, blah, blah, blah. We'll do command. I can't even see. Next, okay? This could be a total waste of time because I might wake up and think this is fucking just all wrong. But so I Google NextGen climate, right? For Bharat. I think it absolutely has to be clean energy, or also, as said Steyer. Now we're talking about Tom Steyer, Jim Steyer, Bill, Tim, fucking who cares? Tom and Jim were in the WikiLeaks article. They were boys with Gates and all those other people. They were the walnut sauce pedophiles, okay? So we know Tom Steyer's a pedophile. He was also running for president of San Francisco-based Next Gen Climate. So I'm going to make a safe assumption that this is one of those Steyers. Keep in mind, I was doing research. I was ready to go to bed. I was going to do this again tomorrow. And then I hit a fucking mic drop moment and figured I got to get this up before they come kill me. So Next Gen, there's a connection. Cool. I didn't stop there, though. I was about to. Luckily, Jameson was my friend, and I kept going. So let me back out a little bit here as I shake. So I started digging into Bharat, okay? I found his LinkedIn profile. This is the same one that Crystal posted. And you can see here, Next Gen, CEO, Vice President. This dude's pretty powerful. It seems to be since 1981, the dude's either been a VP or a CEO of every company he seems to have been with. So I was about to dig into all these other ones. I dug into Thurigen. Thurigen, where is that one? It's here. Here's Thurigen. Basically, our company creates non-invasive technologies that deliver therapeutic blah, blah, blah. Who gives a fuck, right? So it's another technology, pharmaceutical type company, which would make sense for a guy who's in that industry. So I start digging a little bit further. And these are the cameras I was going to buy for my house because of what I just found at the end. That'll make sense in a second. So I keep digging a little bit further. And I go to Bharat's profile, education, Pune, Indiana. Remember this, University of Pune. That seems very weird. 4 interests, pharma companies, was about to dig into all those. But let's see if there's any other Bharat Patels on here. I mean, fucking East Brunswick. The guy died in East Brunswick. What are the chances? But why not check just in case? I do check. There are many more, but one caught my interest. Here's Bharat Patel, CEO of Next Gen MD. This one too. This looks a little more professional than the one before. Not sure how many people write their name in all lowercase, but this one's from Tacoma, Washington. Very interesting. Next Gen, Fairleigh Dickinson. Next Gen, Fairleigh Dickinson. Bharat Patel, East Brunswick, Tacoma. Let's dig into this one. This one's got a whole profile. You guys can read that on your own and go find it. I'll put the links in. Next Gen, 8 years. Next Gen, 8 years. Same dude. This is the same dude. Unless there's another Bharat Patel who worked at Next Gen for 8 years, that would be the same coincidence as another Bharat Patel living in fucking East Brunswick. So a couple different companies on here too. There's Therabar and Orgasic. And here is Fusion, which wasn't on there. So I was going to look for the ones that don't fit. So Fusion was where I was going next. All right. Haven't even gone there yet, Anons. You guys could do that. Education, Pune. Same dude, right? Here's the interesting part. We have volunteer experiences here for Tacoma, Bharat. Ekal Vidyalaya, whatever the fuck that is. So here's Ekal Vidyalaya. I click this fucking thing, and it's a fucking school for children. Of course it is. Why wouldn't it involve children? It always has to involve children. Foreign children especially. That's who they like to traffic. So we go here, another article about this foundation that's rapidly growing. 100,000 school target, of course. Bharat, there he is. But he's got a different last name here. Shri, Narendra, Modi, maybe it's a different Bharat. I don't fucking know. If you're Indian, you may know if this shit's normal or not, but just another oddity. Just another thing that's weird. So I start digging into Ekal, and what do? I go into Ekal Vidyala, and I Google Ekal Vidyada Clintons, because obviously if there's a murder, it's gotta be tied to the Clintons, and guess what comes up? I hit that in Google, and I find out this. So I'll zoom out and read for you. This commitment will build 1,000 primary schools in rural India communities through partnerships with Ekal Vidyala. What's odd is Ekal Vidyala, this is the only thing you can find on the internet. You can't find ECK. But for some reason in the bio, which has the wrong state, but it's the same place. Guess what website I'm on? ClintonFoundation.org. The Clinton Foundation has been working with Ekal Vidyala Foundation, which is Bharat Patel, who went to Fairleigh Dickinson. He has volunteered there. Volunteer services, we know that's how they funnel the money, always through the charities, through the volunteer service. That's always how they do it. 19 years he's been there, since 2001. This dude is the fucking vice president of this foundation. And then if you scroll to the right here, you'll notice since 2001, the Clinton Foundation has worked to improve lives around the world. The Clinton Foundation since 2001. Bharat since 2001. Are you fucking kidding me? Like, so this dude that just died in this house in a puddle with his whole family, and they were screaming as they were drowning, and no one knows what the fuck happened or why it happened, in East Brunswick, he has a profile from East Brunswick, he has another profile from Washington. In the profile from Washington, his volunteer services at Vidala. He's tied to Gates. The Clinton Foundation does a lot of work with this charity, huge amount of work with this charity. Like, we're good, we're done. Like, that should be enough right there, but interests is weird too, because the other Bharat from East Brunswick, he has 4 interests, pharma, whatever. Didn't even dig into them yet. You guys can dig into this shit tomorrow. This guy has a lot more interests. Interesting. Fusion. Got to dig into that. Got to find out what that is. These other ones that aren't on the main one, we got to find out who Sally is, all that. Let's go to see all. Interests. Bill Gates. Right there at the top. Not sure how many more tie-ins we need to Gates and the Clintons, but it is almost 7 o'clock in the morning, and my work is done here, so I'm gonna go buy my security cameras to make sure that I don't get murdered, and if I do, you guys will know about it. But I think we just cracked a murder here, boys and girls, and I think it's the Clintons and Bill Gates that are involved in it, and I think it's built around COVID, because you could see here,